Hello YouTubers, this is 777 Die Hard Forever coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model as I continue to play catch up. Today I'll be doing a review on a JC Wings Vintage United Boeing 747-400 in their retro blue tulip livery scheme in a 1/200 scale model. I purchased this model from jetcollectors.com and their website address is www.jetcollectors.com. But first, before I go into details about this particular vintage aircraft model, allow me to share you some information about the history of United Airlines and how they came about, if you would please. United Airlines is an American-based airline that was founded on April 6, 1926 in Boise, Idaho as Varney Airlines by the late Walter T. Varney, who also founded Continental Airlines, and after aviation pioneer, the late William E. Bowen, who also founded the Boeing manufacturing aerospace giant and formed his airline Boeing Air Transport, merged his company with Pratt & Whitney to form the UATC, the United Aircraft and Transport Corporation, in 1929. And over the next 28 months, the UATC acquired Pacific Air Transport, Stout Air Services, Varney Airlines, and the National Air Transport from an airline consolidated merger, and as a result, the airline was formed from the UATC, the United Aircraft and Transport Corporation, on March 28, 1931, and became what is known to the world today as United Airlines. United is currently the 9th oldest operating airline in the world based on foundation date after KLM Royal Dutch Airlines, Avianca, Qantas, Aeroflot Russian Airlines, Czech Airlines, Finnair, Tajik Air, and Delta respectively. It is also the 3rd largest operating airline in the world when measured in terms of revenue generated, as well as the world's 4th largest operating airline when based in terms of number of passengers carried, as well as the world's largest airline based by the number of destinations served. Whereas the headquarters of United Airlines is located in the Willis Tower, formerly known as the Sears Tower, located at 233 South Wacker Drive in the downtown district section of Chicago, Illinois, while the airline's main hub and base of operations is located on the grounds of Chicago O'Hare International Airport, which is located approximately 17 miles northwest of downtown Chicago, Illinois. United Airlines also has operational hubs that's located at Denver International Airport, located in Denver, Colorado, Guam AB-1 Pat International Airport, located in Guam, Houston Bush Intercontinental Airport, located in Houston, Texas, Los Angeles International Airport, located in Los Angeles, California, Newark Liberty International Airport, located in Newark, New Jersey, San Francisco International Airport, located in San Francisco, California, and Washington Dulles International Airport, located in the Washington, D.C. suburb of Dulles, Virginia. As of December 2021, or at the time of this video review posting, United Airlines currently flies to 342 destinations worldwide across 6 inhabited continents, as United Airlines is one of 10 airlines to own this actual distinction of permanently flying to all 6 inhabited continents, along with Air Canada, Air China, British Airways, Delta, Emirates, Korean Air, Qantas, Qatar Airways, and South African Airways respectively, with an operating fleet of 855 aircraft. That no longer includes this particular aircraft, as this aircraft is no longer operating in United's fleet at the time of this video review posting. Also, as of December 2021, or at the time of this video review posting, United Airlines is one of 150 airlines in the world of aviation that currently operates as a certified 3-star airline carrier, according to the international airline review firm Skytrax magazine, and the Boeing customer code for United Airlines for this particular aircraft was 22. All right, everyone, let's take a look at the front of the box here, and what you see there is the aircraft type, the United logo, the United billboard tile. You also see the logo in the background as well as the computer generated picture of the aircraft, the Boeing official license product decal at the bottom, as well as the 1/200 scale die-cast aircraft model you see at the front of the box. All right, now you're looking at the back of the box, and what you see is the United Tulip logo, the United title, the computer generated picture of the aircraft, the width and the length of the aircraft, the JC Wings logo, the warning information, the aircraft type, as well as specification concerning this particular aircraft. You can pause and read this information if you want, which I find very informative, but in the meantime, I'm gonna keep this moving. All right. All right, now you're looking at the top of the box, and what you see there is the aircraft type, the United logo, the United billboard title, as well as the 1/200 scale die-cast aircraft model information you see at the top of the box. All right, now you're looking at the bottom of the box, the same information at the top of the box I showed you earlier on, but if you look to the right side of that, there's two versions. There's the flaps up version, and then there's the flaps down version. That one you see the check there, that's the flaps up version. That's the one I'm going to do the review on, all right? All right, now you're looking at the metal model stand that actually came with this model. Featuring the bottom of the model stand, you see the United logo, the United title, the aircraft type, as well as the scale model information at the bottom of this model stand. But then you get up this way towards the top of the model stand is the actual black padding there, folks. And the sole purpose of this black padding is not only this padding protects your model, it also prevents it from being damaged or scratched when you put your model on this particular model stand. All right, now you're looking at this plastic bag here, and what you see in this plastic bag are the gear replacement doors in gray and blue you see there, featuring the two little toothpicks you see there. Please stay tuned as I go into detail for the sole purpose of these gear replacement doors for this particular aircraft model, okay? All right, with all that information out of the way about the history of United Airlines and how they came about and still continues to operate strong despite what's going on around us, plus all the details here at the front of this box, as well as the information at the back of the box, plus the metal model stand actually came with the model, as well as the gear replacement doors inside that plastic bag as well. With no further ado, everyone, here is the actual model. Let's check it out. All right, there it is, the JC Wings United Boeing 747-400 in their retro blue Tulip livery scheme in a 1/200 scale model, the flaps up version. All right, allow me to share some information about the United Boeing 747-400, how it was once the main aircraft for their fleet, if you would please. United Airlines became the 6th carrier overall after launch customer Northwest Airlines, Singapore Airlines, KLM Royal Dutch Airlines, Cathay Pacific, and Lufthansa respectively that acquired its iconic jetliner aircraft, the Boeing 747-400, to add to its fleet. As United Airlines took delivery of their very first Boeing 747-400 jetliner aircraft that bared the registration ship number November 171 Uniform Alpha on June 30th, 1989, and acquired their very last Boeing 747-400 jetliner aircraft that bared the registration ship number November 128 Uniform Alpha on May 12, 2000, as Chicago-based United Airlines previously at one time registered and operated as many as 44 of these iconic jetliners in their fleet. However, on January 11, 2017, United Airlines officially announced that it would retire the Boeing 747-400 jetliner aircraft from its fleet, in which they finally did in the fourth quarter of 2017, as United Airlines officially flew its last international 747 revenue service flight, which was actually dubbed as the final farewell international 747 flight, when it flew from Seoul, South Korea to San Francisco, California as United Flight 892 on October 29, 2017, and officially flew its final 747 revenue service flight, which was actually dubbed as the final farewell 747 flight, when it flew from San Francisco, California to Honolulu, Hawaii as United Airlines Flight 747 on November 7, 2017, which signaled the end of an era of United Airlines flying the Queen of the Skies, the iconic Boeing 747-400 jetliner aircraft. And after 47 years of serving the United Airlines fleet as the airline's official flagship jetliner for the Chicago-based airline, which included the 100, the 200, as well as the Boeing 747 SP variants, the United Boeing 747-400 jetliner aircraft officially flew off into the aviation sunset, as this particular iconic aircraft has since been replaced with the Boeing 777-300ERs, the next generation Boeing 787-9s, the next generation Boeing 787-10s, as well as the forthcoming Airbus A350-900 XWBs, extra wide-body aircraft, which is scheduled to enter United's fleet sometime in 2027 respectively. All right, let's talk about the retro livery scheme you see on this aircraft. This is probably my second favorite one out of the battleship livery scheme. This was the classic retro livery scheme for United Airlines, which was actually called the Blue Tulip Livery Scheme. It also had another nickname that it also went by, as it was also called the Rising Blue Livery Scheme, which was finally unveiled to the general public on February 18, 2004, whereas this particular livery scheme was actually intended to signal in a new era beginning for United Airlines once the company emerged from bankruptcy protection, which unfortunately didn't take place until nearly 2 years later on February 1st, 2006. This particular livery scheme actually featured a white upper fuselage that also featured a series of progressive lighter blue lateral stripes that's also displayed between the white upper part of the fuselage and the blue underbelly part of the aircraft, whereas the tail fin of the aircraft also features an enlarged and cropped version of the Tulip logo that was shaded with a bluish tint, as United Airlines sported this iconic livery scheme from 2004 up until it was eventually replaced with the post-merger livery scheme when United merged with Continental Airlines in 2010. The Blue Tulip livery scheme, or the Rising Blue livery scheme, was actually created and designed by the consultancy firm of Pentagram, whose global headquarters is located in New York City, with offices located in Austin, Texas, Berlin, Germany, and London, England, respectively. So, with all this information out of the way about this particular aircraft, as well as the iconic retro livery scheme you see on this aircraft, with no further ado, let's get down to the nitty gritty and allow me to show you all the details on this aircraft model. Shall we? Let's check it out. Alright, now you're looking at this aircraft from the port/left side. We're going to start at the front of the aircraft here, starting the front nose landing gears right here, the landing gear struts, the landing gear lights, the landing gear doors. You got the Peter tubes and the static ports. You got the radome nose cone. You got the windshield wipers, the cockpit window. I'm going to show you at a better angle the details of all of that later on in the review, so please stay tuned for that part. But more important, you see this Star Lines decal that sits next to the cockpit window, which is this decal right here. And United Airlines joined the Star Lines along with Air Canada, Lufthansa, SAS Scandinavian Airlines System, and Thai Airways International as one of the 5 founding members on May 14, 1997, which consists of 26 airline members from 5 inhabited continents. And then you see the United Airlines logo featuring the Tulip logo, which is this little logo, the iconic logo right there. This was the logo that United Airlines used from 1997 up until the airline merged with Continental Airlines on May 2nd, 2010, which also features the iconic Tulip logo, which was the signature logo for United Airlines from 1973 up until the Continental Airlines merger in 2010, as this logo can also be visibly seen on the tail fin of the aircraft as well. I'll show you that now. There. The Tulip logo was created and designed by the late Saul Bass, who was born in 1920 and passed away in 1996, who is also a graphic designer and Academy Award-winning filmmaker. Alright, I forgot to add something. See a nice little colored blue, multicolored blue colored cheat line you see on this aircraft here. It goes all the way back. It separates the white from the dark blue. Man, that's impressive. Love it. Alright, now you're looking at the center of the aircraft. What you're looking at are these big massive engines. And these are the Pratt & Whitney PW4056 turbofan type engines that was used on this particular United Airlines Boeing 747-400 jumbo jetliner aircraft. You also see the engine cones right here as well as there as well. Now I'm going to turn this aircraft model around. We're going to check out and see if the turbofan blades spin on this aircraft model. Let's check it out. Now you're looking at both front engines here on the port/left side. And then let's check out, see if they spin. Okay, this one spins pretty good. So far, so good. And then the inner one. Awesome. Both spin. And then you see the and then we're going to slide over this way. You see the inboard land lights, has some little jewels right there, make it more realistic and appealing. And then you got a front visual view of the outer bogie gears here on the side of the aircraft. It features the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. And then you see the center bogie gears right there as well. I'll show you at a different angle later on. Now you're looking at the front of the engines here on the starboard / right side of the aircraft. And now we're going to find out if they spin over here as well. Let's check the outer engine. Perfect. That spins. Perfect. And then the engine here. Perfect. And then you see the inboard landing light right there on this side, as well as the front visual view of the outer landing bogey gear. That includes the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear door. And then there's the center bogey on this side as well. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft where you got a better visual view of the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the radome nose cone featuring the multi colors of blue here. See the nose gear door, the nose gear landing gear lights you see right there, the landing gear struts, as well as the front visual view of the front nose landing gears. Now you're looking at the winglet wingtip device on this side of the aircraft, how it's painted in multi-colors of blue from dark blue to light blue you see there. And then there's the red navigation light that sits next to the winglet wingtip device. Alright, now you got a better visual view of the outer bogey gears as well as the center bogey gears on this side of the aircraft. As you can see right there, the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. And then you see the landing gear struts here as well as the landing gear doors there as well. And then there's the gears on that side there as well. Alright, we're at the back of the aircraft here on the port sign. Right above the multi-blue colored cheat line is the American flag decal, which would be this little decal you're looking at right here. And this flag decal represents the country where United Airlines currently operates from as one of the major flag carrier airlines of the United States of America. And then right next to the American flag decal is the actual registration ship number, November 104 Uniform Alpha. Registration ship number, November 104 Uniform Alpha. This was United's 32nd Boeing 747-400 jumbo jetliner aircraft that entered the carrier's fleet. And the first test flight on this aircraft took place on January 16, 1998 and was delivered to United Airlines on January 22, 1998. Unfortunately, this aircraft was officially withdrawn from service on July 16, 2017. Then this aircraft was eventually flown to Victorville Airport / aircraft storage facility in Victorville, California on September 23, 2017, where this aircraft is currently stored up at as of December 2021 or at the time of this video review posted. Alright, now you're looking at the tail fin of the aircraft. What you see is the iconic, huge United Tulip logo displayed on the tail fin of the aircraft, which is this like little logo right here. Alright, now you're looking at the back of the aircraft. What you're looking at is the APU, auxiliary power unit exhaust hole, and there is a hole there. Let's check that out. There. And underneath that APU exhaust hole is the actual strobe light, as well as the entire aircraft from the rear view angle. Let's check it out. There it is, everyone. The United Airlines Boeing 747-400 in their blue Tulip livery scheme from the rear view angle. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft here on the starboard / right side. We're going to start at the front here. See the front nose gears, the nose gear struts, the landing gear lights I showed you earlier, the nose gear door, see the pitot tubes and the static ports, the radome nose cone, the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the Star Airlines decal, the United billboard title, the United Tulip logo, the inboard landing light, the cargo container loading door, as well as the multi-blue color stripe cheat line. You see it goes all the way on the side of this aircraft as well. Now you're looking at the lower center of the aircraft. What you're looking at is the Pratt & Whitney PW4056 turbofan type engines on this side of the aircraft as well. You see the engine cones there and there as well as the inboard land light displayed there on the edge of the wing there. Okay, now you're looking at the winglet wingtip device on the side of the aircraft. It's painted in multicolored blue there as well. And then there's the green navigation light that sits next to the winglet wingtip device. Now you got a better visual view of the outer bogey gear, which is this bogey gear here, feeding the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear door, as well as the center bogey gear on this side of the aircraft that features the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear door there as well. Alright, we're at the back of the aircraft here, and on the starboard side where you see the rear cargo container loading door, the AFT boat bin door, the American flag decal, the registration ship number, as well as the huge United Tulip logo displayed on the blue tail fin of the aircraft as well. Let's check that out. There it is. Voila. Man, that is awesome. I missed that livery. I don't know about you guys, but I missed that, you know. Alright, before I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model in full detail, now I'm going to let you check out one feature, which is the rolling gears. Let's check them out. Oh, okay, it rolls pretty smooth, no problem. Perfect. And then the model does tilt, as you can see there. And then the front nose gear swivels a little bit. You see there, there. All right, so with that being said, allow me to show you this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view. Let's check it out. All right, now you're looking at this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view. We're gonna start at the front, where you see the radome nose cone painted in multi blue on top of the white. You see the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows, the pilot escape hatch door. You see the Starlines decal on both sides. You see the United title as well as the Tulip logo on both sides there as well. And on this distinctive hump is the anti-collision beacon light, a couple of high frequency antennas. You see the ADF antennas in 3D. You see the Wi-Fi box antenna. And then there's the vertical stabilizer known as the tail fin, as well as the horizontal stabilizer, featured two little dots on the edge of the horizontal stabilizer there, as well as over here as well. Those two little dots, everyone, on the edge of the horizontal stabilizer are called illuminator lights. And the sole purpose of those illuminator lights was to light up this tail here when it used to fly during nighttime. Now let's check out the engines and the wings on this side here. See the engines there. No wing walkway, but you got the flaps, slats, ailerons, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as the winglet wingtip devices painted in multicolors of blue you see there. Now let's check out this side here. See the engines there, as well as the wings there that features the flaps, slats, ailerons, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as inside of the blended winglet, features the multicolor layers of blue painted there as well. All right, now you're looking at the undercarriage belly view, which is mostly dark blue, as you see there. See the radome nose cone, the crew escape hatch door, the nose gear door, as well as the front nose gear. And then you come here, it's mostly silver right there. You see the high frequency antenna. And then your anti-collision beacon light, the hole where the stand goes in at, the center bogey gears right there. I'll come back to that momentarily. Then you see more high frequency antennas in that silver area. The pressure relief valve, the AFT boat bin, the AFT housing doors right there, the APU housing doors, sorry about that. The horizontal stabilizers underneath. Now let's check out the center bogey gears on this side of the aircraft here. Perfect. And then you see the gears right here. Perfect, right there. And then there's the engines right there, as well as the wings underneath that features the flaps, slats, ailerons, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as the outer winglet wingtip device. Now let's check out over here. The gears, they tilt over here as well, perfect. As well as the engines there, as well as the wings underneath that features the flaps, slats, ailerons, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as the outer winglet on this side of the aircraft as well. All right, since I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model in full detail. Now I'm going to put it on that nice little metal model stand I showed you earlier that actually came with the model. So with no further ado, everyone, here is the model on the stand. Let's check it out. Alright, finally got this model on the stand. You see it being displayed with no problem, no hesitation. As you see it being displayed in the takeoff landing position, being viewed from the port side of the aircraft. Now you're looking at this model on the stand being displayed in the takeoff landing position, being viewed from the front view angle. Now you're seeing this model on the stand being viewed in the takeoff landing position, being viewed from the starboard side of the aircraft. And finally, you see this model being displayed in a takeoff landing position, being viewed from the tail cam angle with the model on the stand. Okay, before I take this model off the stand, I got it at this angle for a reason, and the reason is the actual magnetic gears you see on there. They actually came with the model. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those off, and you can see what I'm talking about. Let's start with the front nose gear here first. Magnetic right there. The outer bogey gear here on the port side. Wheel fell off there. The center bogey gear right there, that's magnetic there as well. The outer bogey gear on the starboard side there, as well as the center bogey gear inside there as well. So since I got all those off there, I'm gonna let you see this model at a different angle with the model stand in flight mode, gears up position. Let's check it out. Now you're viewing this model on the stand being viewed in flight mode / gears up position. Now you got two options how you want to display your model from this point on. If you want to continue to display it like this without the gears and gears up / in flight mode position, that's fine. You see these gear replacement doors I showed you earlier on? That's the sole purpose of these gear replacement doors, and so you can substitute your model like this while you display it in flight mode position. Or you can do what I do, just leave it in the gear down position. Gears up, gear down, your choice. But I choose to leave mine on there because it adds more value to the model. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and put these gears back on this model, take this model to stand, and go ahead and wrap up this model review. Alright, let's talk about the seating configuration. This particular United Airlines Boeing 747-400 jumbo jetliner aircraft seated 374 passengers in a 4-class configured cabin layout. Here's the breakdown, everyone, from rows 1 to 4, which is on the main deck, which will be about from here to about right here. You had 12 Polaris first class open suites. Rows 6 to 10, which is also on the main deck, which will be from here to here. You have 32 Polaris business class seats, and then rows 12 to 17, which is on the upper deck, which will be from here to here. You had an additional 20 Polaris business class seats, which brought the total to 52 Polaris business class seats. Rows 19 to 25, which will be from here to here. That's also on the main deck. You also had 70 economy class plus seats. And then rows 33 to 61, which will be from here all the way back to the rear of the aircraft. You had an additional 240 economy class seats, which brought the total of 374 seats. And finally, United previously utilized their Boeing 747-400s on routes to worldwide destinations from Chicago O'Hare to Tokyo Narita, Hong Kong, Singapore Changi, via Hong Kong, Beijing Capital, Shanghai Pudong, Frankfurt, Germany, London Heathrow, and San Francisco, California. From San Francisco, California to Beijing Capital, Frankfurt, Germany, London Heathrow, Hong Kong, Shanghai Pudong, Seoul Incheon, Taipei Taiwan, Tokyo Narita, Osaka Kansai, Chicago O'Hare, Honolulu Hawaii, Auckland New Zealand, and Sydney Australia. From Los Angeles California to Tokyo Narita, Hong Kong, Manila Philippines, Sydney Australia, Melbourne Australia, Auckland New Zealand, and Honolulu Hawaii. From Honolulu Hawaii to Tokyo Narita, Los Angeles California, and San Francisco California. From Washington Dulles to Beijing Capital and Tokyo Narita, and from New York JFK to Tokyo Narita and Hong Kong via Tokyo Narita. Where everyone, those were the routes, and this will pretty much conclude this model review. I'd like to know if you got this model or you plan on getting it. JC Wings is coming out with another one similar to this one. That's the actual last 747 flight that Energy 9 fleet. I am going to snatch that one up as well. But if you can find this one, even better, highly recommend it. Otherwise, your only outside chance of getting this model technically is on eBay. But if you can't find it on there, you're pretty much out of luck at this point. So with that said, please take care. God bless. Stay tuned. There's more model content coming. Peace.